And Kyla Indor from Grand Island is on, and she covers the western part of the state. Vicki Johannes from Columbus does the Northeast, and Tracy Charrington from Omaha does the Omaha, Douglas County surrounding areas. Tonight we're going to cover planned orders. Planned orders are pretty easy to put into the system. They are after initial orders. They are additional cookies that you order, and they are distributed through our cookie cupboards. You can enter one planned order per week. And remember, gluten-free are not available from any cupboards. Those were on your initial order only. When you're ordering, planned orders are in packages, not cases. So remember, we flipped from ordering cases on the initial to packages on your planned orders. Be sure to not over order on your planned orders. These should be any additional cookies already sold or for your cookie booths coming up. Remember, once you order and pick them up, there are no returns, refunds, or exchanges allowed. Always plan on ordering 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time for your booths to ensure you have the cookies available for you when you need them. Turnaround time coming from the bakery to us is about 10 business days currently. So it goes from the bakery to our distribution and then out to our cupboards. Once you pick up your order in the cupboards, they will approve it in Smart Cookies by creating a cupboard to troop transfer for you, and that will credit your cookies to your troop, and then you will be able to transfer them to your girls. And I'm going to show you where it's at. So, yep, it's on there. Share, off screen, Christmas. Okay. One of my teammates, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So to enter a planned order, you're going to go to orders, then you're going to go to planned order, and then you're going to select. Some of you will have multiple locations available for you to select from. Some of you won't have multiple locations. You only have the one in your town, depending on where you're located at. I'm going to go with the Northwest Cookie Cupboard, Bill and Betty Lou. And then you select the cupboards you want, you hit continue, and then you pick the day that you want to pick up. The most important part about picking your day is make sure you're staying in the current week that we are in. So if you pick Monday the 17th, that is going to take your planned order away from you for that week. You have to stay in the week that we are in for the next cookie week to order your planned order. Also, our reports, at least my reports, are set to run week to week. So when I run my report will end on Sunday the 16th. So it won't even recognize your 17th order. So make sure that you have the most current week picked for your time. So you're going to pick, I'm going to pick Wednesday. And then you pick the time that you want to pick up. And these are not set in stone times. Once you get your order placed, you are to contact the cookie cupboards and see when they have ability. This is just a placeholder for your cookie order. Once they have cookies at their location to distribute to you, they will contact you, but you need to make the initial contact with them to let them know you put an order in and see if they have cookies currently or if they need to get more cookies in. So then we're going to place an order. We're going to do one. Okay, so I'm going to order 7 packages is what I'm going to order. Okay. Because this is my IGM troop and she's not selling very fast. So then you hit save and it will bring up at the bottom planned order. I didn't see the number has been placed. If you want a receipt, there's a little button here that says print receipt, and you can print the receipt for you to put into your file. You do not get an email verifying this. You do not have any confirmation from ABC or from us until it's pickup time. So if you want to verify that you have a planned order, you can go to orders, manage orders, click planned order, and then apply search parameters, and that will tell you that you have your order at the Northwest Cookie Cupboard. And you have to scroll over this little thing down here. You got to scroll over to see that you got 7 packages total over at the Northwest Cookie Cupboard. Remember, our cupboards are all volunteers. Most of them work full-time jobs. They are not open 24 hours a day and cannot always return your text or calls immediately. They will respond to you, I promise. All of my cupboards and all the cupboards that I know across the state respond as soon as they can. They want these cookies out of their possession just as fast as you want them. You are responsible for contacting the manager again once you get your planned order placed. Team, is there anything else you want me to go over? That's planned orders are pretty easy.
Melissa, do you want to show them on our website where they can find the contact information for the cupboard managers?
I included it on the email, but yes, I can. Should have had that open. Sorry.
That's okay.
You go to cookies and more, and then you go over to cookie program resources. And then you go down to cookie cupboards. And then we're all listed individually. East Central, Southeast, North and North Central, and South Central. And Panhandle. East Central would be Tracy, Omaha. Southeast would be Lincoln, me, my area. Northeast and North Central would be Vicky, and South Central and Panhandle is Kyla's area. So we are listed by location, and it has their phone number, and if you click on it, it will email. It'll pull up their email. I don't know if it will pull it up on. Oh. So, see. Okay. Good question, Tracy.
Those emails and phone numbers, those are by the names that they are entered in Smart Cookies under. So like in my area, you're going to be looking at like 163rd and State is going to be like the name of the cupboard. That's what it's going to be listed when you pick it in Smart Cookies, as well as then when you go to look and contact them in my list or any other list around. It should be the same names as in what you see in Smart Cookies. You see where it says the names behind it? Hopefully.
It does. 96 and Blondo is Nancy. 163rd and State is Stella. Yeah, they're there.
Just some clarification.
Perfect. Okay, do we have any questions? You can either put it in the chat or you can raise your hand and we will call on you.
Okay, Melissa, we do have a question in chat. It says, okay, let's do a real-time example. So if the first order goes in 2/9/25 and it takes about 10 days to have the cookies available at the cupboard, would I put sometime during the week of 2/17 to pick up?
No, you would still select the first week to put you in line for those cookies, because if you pick the 17th, it would go on to the next week's orders, but you want them the first week of the 9th, so you would pick sometime during the 9th. Again, it's just a placeholder for you. You have to contact the cupboards to set up your times.
Okay. And Yeah,
for-
and I would clarify too, Melissa, that most of our cupboards have cookies already.
Yeah,
We
well, yeah.
planned ahead knowing that we're going to have to fill orders starting with that 2/9 planned order. And so most of those will have cookies already. And we do have some surplus in our delivery agents. It's just if we have more orders than what we have available in all of our cupboards, then we have to order more, and that might take up to 10 days. But right now we do have cookies available and we have a good supply. So we don't want anybody to panic yet. So
It's
Okay.
more for planning purposes, Jill, as
Yes,
far as planning ahead for your booth sales. So you're not ordering on Sunday for booth sales on Friday.
correct.
It's more so that you plan ahead for 2 to 3 weeks, um, knowing that, you know, you're not guaranteed a pickup. That makes it clear as mud.
But they do get those cookies out of them places as fast as they can once they have them.
Right.
Yep,
I
Right.
know that my cupboards do not like holding on to cookies when your girls need them. So mine are on
Yeah.
top of it. And I'm sure
Mhm.
everybody else across the state is too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Great question.
Stella's probably not going to have any Monday hours, Jill. Just take a look and see what hours she has for the coming up week. So when you put your order in on Sunday, the 9th, look and see what availability she has for that week. So probably she's looking at Thursday and Friday hours. Most of my cupboards will not have any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday hours in them because they know that they're not going to have
cookies.
availability down the
Right.
road for Monday,
Mhm.
Tuesday, Wednesday pickups.
Yep.
Same for mine too. The other thing is too, is if our cupboard managers put Monday dates in, sometimes those planned orders will not, if somebody chooses a Monday date, those planned orders won't show up on our report, so we might miss it. So we try to make sure that our cupboard managers don't put a Monday date in there.
Cool. Thanks for clarifying, Jill.
I have mine stay away from Mondays too, because that's our ordering day and figuring out who's moving what and what's going where. And that way that if I need to meet somebody somewhere, they can meet me since I cover Southeast Nebraska. And they don't have to worry about you guys contacting them and saying, but you're supposed to have my cookies on Monday. And I'm meeting her in Strang or York or somewhere to change cookies with them. So,
Out for the Central and Panhandle, it's usually Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Just because Joe has to travel, so usually he has to do multiple routes. So if Joe has to bring cookies to the cupboards, it's usually later on in the week.
thanks, Kyla. Any other questions? This is your time. We're here. Anything that's happened already in the season that you have questions about or cupboards or initial delivery, which is currently underway this week? Quiet group.
I'm not seeing any more questions in the chat.
I do have a question.
Okay.
How much, like, is there a maximum? We're thinking we're a new troop and we're thinking that our first order might have been kind of short. Is there like a maximum we can order from the cupboards? Like, I don't want to overwhelm them, but we're thinking we're going to be short more than what we did in our initial order.
Do you have an idea of how many cases?
We were thinking of doing like 100 per girl, and we have 10 girls in our troops, like 1,000 cookies.
You're talking packages?
Yes, packages, not cases.
Okay.
I know, I'm like, wait a minute.
We're
Korean
supposed to do
packages are
packages
this is
in
what we
these
Korean.
orders. Packages.
Yeah.
1,000. Where are you located at?
Lincoln with
Lincoln?
Melissa.
Okay, it depends on which location you use. Which location do you use?
I haven't looked them up. I think there was one like southeast, wasn't it like 27th and Yankee Hill or
Yankee
something
Hill?
like that? Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be
Okay.
fine.
I just didn't want to overwhelm the system. Get an email.
No, and she's a nurse. She's 12 on, 12 off.
Okay.
So she'll get to you as soon as she can, as soon as she has a day off. So,
Yeah.
but contact her and let her get your name and number and everything programmed into her phone. And then she'll
Okay.
get back to you as soon as she has time off. Or
Okay.
her husband is amazing too. He helps me
Perfect.
out too.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Erin has a question in the chat. Do we just allocate them to the girls under transfer? Yes. So any cookies that you received from a cupboard, from your initial order, whatever, to allocate them to the girls, you'll just do a troop to girl transfer. And that's how the girls get credit for those packages. Hopefully that answers your question, Erin. And Melissa can kind of show you here a little bit on the screen.
So you go under orders, transfer order, and then you do troop to girl, and then you select a girl. Then you have to hit apply. And then packages is this column that is transferred to them. And we're doing a just in time over booth packages soon, right?
Yeah, we'll be doing one about transfers.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go over the other column. Next week, I think.
I'm looking it up for you.
I'm looking too.
Might be 2 weeks.
March 11th.
Okay, so it's a month from now. Okay, Lisa has a question. I'm thinking we're going to be short for a cookie booth on February 15th. If our planned order for February 9th takes 10 days, do we cancel our booth if we think we won't have enough to cover it? We had a large initial order and did order extra, but had a few families who just requested cookies today. That is going to impact our booth inventory. Okay, Lisa, no, I think you should be okay. Your planned order shouldn't take 10 days to fill if you put it in on February 9th. Lisa, if you want to unmute and let us know where you are from, that would give us a better idea.
I'm in Omaha.
You're in Omaha.
You'll
Okay,
be fine, Lisa. The cupboards will have inventory.
Thanks. We were the order that barely fit ours in today, and then right away we got home and
You're like, oh heck.
are already short. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you should be fine.
Make sure you plan for a couple extra weeks though.
We
when you're putting
will
in
in
on the
this
9th,
next one.
you'll plan ahead a couple
Definitely
weeks.
we will. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. Katie's asking, is this transfer process the same when they get their initial order? Yes. So anytime you get cookies in the troop, whether it's the initial order or from a cupboard, it's the same thing. The inventory goes into your troop inventory, and then you want to transfer it from your troop inventory out to each girl as they pick up cookies from you. Or you can do it, you can do it as they pick up, or you can do it, like every other week or at the end of the sale. It's just up to you, whatever you're most comfortable with. A lot of people will just do it as each time the girls pick up cookies, just so that they can remember to do it.
And that does keep inventory straight between Smart Cookies and Digital Cookie. Makes those numbers a little closer in the syncing process if you do it every time they pick up. I strongly encourage to my troops to always do it when they pick up, not to wait until the end when they're trying to do, 5 weeks worth of transfers in one night before the program ends.
Right.
Had a few troops been there, done that. Not a pretty sight.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure.
Madeline asked, when can we begin transferring cookies to girls, Troop to Girl and Smart Cookies? You can start anytime as long as you have your cookies and have distributed them to the girls, you can transfer them at any time. Jill says each time you get cookies and the girls pick them up, you need to transfer them to the Scout. Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And the cookies are in the troops already. So
Yeah. And
there.
Jill is asking if you can demonstrate the transfer again. She kind of missed
Sure.
it. So.
Yep, sure. So you go to orders and you go to transfer order and then you do troop to girl. And then you come down over here and you select which girl you want. And I'm going with Isis. And then it brings up, it will always say the quantity you have on hand in your troop. So 1,620. And then it says your troop number and verify you have the right girl, Isis. And then you use this column to transfer the packages to the girls. Oh,
And Melissa, you might as well go ahead and explain what the booth packages are because I think that's going to confuse them if we don't address that.
why don't you take over on that because I was
Okay.
off last season and
Okay.
I know a little bit, but not completely
Right.
clear.
Okay, so just to explain the difference between the two columns, the one that says packages is basically any cookies that you give to the girls to sell door to door to their customers. It's all girl inventory. The booth pack, and so those, to back up, those packages, when you transfer those to the girls, they are given financial responsibility for those packages. If you put the packages in the booth packages, it will still give the girls credit, but it will not show financial responsibility to the girls. So if, let's for example, say you're doing a cookie booth and you haven't put the cookie booth in the smart cookie system and you don't want to use the booth divider, this would be a way that you could possibly put the packages in to give the girls credit for the booth, but it does not assign financial responsibility to them because the cookies were sold at the booth and the money was collected at the booth. So by putting it into the booth packages, it gives girls credit for those packages sold, but they're not financially responsible because you already have the money collected at the booth. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So when you're putting your transfers in here, if you're only wanting to do packages, you have to kind of be aware that either use your cursor to move down to the next box or you have to tab a couple times to get back to that first column. So just kind of want to make you aware of that. So basically under packages, that gives financial responsibility to the girl and her parent. If you put it under booth packages, the financial responsibility goes to the troop because the money's been collected at the booth, but the girl still gets the credit for her part of the booth, the packages that she sold.
The secondary way to do boost
Right.
divider.
Right. So hopefully that explains it a little bit better. Okay, Madeline said ignore her last comment. She figured it out. Any other questions? Great questions. And again, anytime that you do have questions, you can reach out to any of us. You can reach out to your product sale coordinators, your cupboard managers. If you have a question about the cupboard, you know, please reach out and feel free to ask questions at any time.
Yeah. And if you make a mistake on this, I always tell my people everything is correctable. Call us. Don't try and fix it and get 8 steps away and still not have it corrected. Call one of us or your PSC and we will help you fix it so that it's not all confusing. Any other questions? Good questions tonight.
Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing anything else in the chat, Melissa.
Okay, well, we will let you go and happy cookie selling season. It starts this Friday in person with door to door and then moves next week. So again, any questions or concerns or anything, us four, me, Kyla, Vicky, and Tracy are here to help you, and your PSCs are also all amazing that can help. So have a good night and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
Good luck
Thanks,
with your
everyone.
sales.
Go forth, have fun.
Let the pandemonium begin.